Asmiston Park, Derby, Chuck Fender, Living Fire, live in England. Ticket buy, we're ready to go. People, gear up. Sunday, July 21st, Chuck Fender, live in a Derby Carnival. I'm not saying no more. Just line up. Just line up and come out for your experience. You never ever have a witness. The Living Fire, live in England. Derby Carnival. Get ready, Living Fire. Me just name good over evil. Me tell them say a life over dead. I swear. Ticket buy and ready for move. No, England, I'm coming. Derby. Bang.
Hi guys, we get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures. Whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man them, you know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.
I got my new thing imported. I got the Chris and the order. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got the thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Chris and the order. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Unfiltered, people. Express Truth Show. Making Thursdays great again. We're back up in the building, people. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button, people. We've now hit 700 on the Express Truth Clips channel. So before you even watch any more of this, fly straight over to the Clips channel if you have not already and hit that subscribe button, man. That is all short form Express Truth content. We're going crazy on there, so hit the like button over there as well. Hit the share button, hit the subscribe. So you got Express Truth Show, Express Truth Clips, man. So make sure you subscribe to both. Secondly, people, we're deep into summer, you know, it's July, which means what, people? Carnival season. So folks, the 21st of July, Derby Carnival. Go down there, you can bring your girl, you can bring your mom, you can bring your children. Everybody is welcome. It's going to be a wonderful day, and we've got a very special guest coming all the way from Jamaica, Chuck Fender. So make sure you're in the building, people. Derby Carnival. Now, on top of that, folks, Fame drinks, people, for all of your drinks, whether they be soft drinks, water, whether it be whatever drinks you're into, people. famedrinks.co.uk. You can buy for all occasions, birthday parties, house parties, summer seasons going on. You just want to stock up your fridge. famedrinks.co.uk. And people, the customer service, second to none. So make sure you head over there right now and buy some drinks, man. Customer service is A1 from day one. So before we do anything else today, let me bring in my co-host, Stephen Brown. Stephen, what you saying, man?
Yo, Express Truth Show back up in the building for that gas and jazz. Yo, I'm here, man. I'm here. Yo, that was so much things we have to plug in.
Yeah,
that was
we've got quite a few things to plug still.
Obviously, large up Derby, large up Fame drinks and that gang.
Didn't even plug the Patreon crew. Big up yourself. Head over there right now. Crew. Patreon, Spotify, all that good stuff. Instagram crew. Big up the admin doing a beautiful job.
But making Thursdays great again, never late again. You know what? That gas and jazz, man. We're here, man. Shake up the world and everything. your favorite podcast, changing the world one Thursday at a time. Before we kick off like a game of FIFA, talk to me nice, Kate.
Yeah, man, I'm in the building, man. Relaxing. I do apologize for the loud fan. Even though the weather's not the best, it's very humid today. And the studio's very, very hot today. So there is a little bit of background noise. But besides that, Stephen, yeah, it's been a beautiful week so far. It's been a very productive week so far. So yeah, man, what you saying, Stephen? What's going on?
I'm not one to complain, you know. Everything's going good, man. This month's gonna be a bit slower for me versus last month, but it's still gonna be fairly busy. Mark knows what I'm pertaining to. But I see there's a lot of things going on this week. So it's a bit weird because it's a slow one, but it's not a slow one, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of them weird weeks, isn't it, this week?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we know the UK, we're off the back of an election. So not only are we off the back of the general election, which the Labour Party won by landslide, which we'll discuss later, we're also in the midst of the Euros, and England are in the semi-finals. So it looks like they could go all the way still. But at the time of recording this, they're still in it. By the time this come out, they could be not in it no more. But that's why I think the place is a bit quiet at the minute, because this country and football, man. Like, it's at a standstill. That's the best time to get anything done. You know, like if you want to hit the road or do anything, it's the best time to do it when the England match is on, because everyone's watching the match.
100%.
So, and I know you don't watch football, Stephen, just like me.
Mark, I have not watched a game.
I watched one still. I watched with my nephew. My nephew spent the weekend with us. The weekend just gone. And he's massive, plays football. He plays for a team, everything. Big Liverpool fan. And he weren't gonna let me escape the day without watching it, man. We watched England versus Switzerland. It was good, man. It was good. They done well, man. They won in a penalty shootout. Shout out Ivan Toney. Big up Ivan Toney, yeah? Big baller. So, yeah, man. They done their thing, man. They done their thing. So, and that was, what? I think 4 out of the 5 penalty takers, Stephen, were black. And the other one was a black lineage as well. His dad's
and they all
black
scored, didn't they?
They all scored, man. So there's no room for any type of criticism thus far. These men are doing...
Mark, not this week. Just let them miss a penalty again. Like, I'm not even trying to be negative, because I saw the press when everyone's like, big up them, man, and rare. But I'm saying, you only get the praise when you benefit the nation. As soon as you do anything, though, they won't let you forget it. So if something else happens, at the time of recording the playing, so if they do something wrong today, or if they even make them forfeit the game, you won't hear the end of it. That's what I'm not here for this football thing. It's fickle, man.
Very fickle.
And it goes beyond football. I had this conversation earlier this week. I have this conversation with people all the time. You know me, Mark. I like to think I'm a realist. I live in the here and now. Yeah, I don't live in Neverland. I'm not Peter Pan. And it's and ahhing. Because the thing is, I'm just thinking about the best way to say this. I say it to you all the time. It's not just personal perception, it's a reality. We as a group, we're not liked globally. Just call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? People do not like us for whatever reason it may be. And people are going to say, no, but you'll see man's in Japan doing the Jamaican food's here. I'm not saying people don't enjoy the culture, you know. But people don't like us. And I'm not just talking about Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Antiguans. I'm talking about the race. I'm not just talking about individual islands, continents, countries. I'm talking about the race as a whole. For whatever reason, we're not like, and I've heard it, no one can convince me otherwise or make an argument. It is what it is. I'm not on here crying saying woe is me, because I'll be honest, I couldn't give a monkey's, you know, who likes man and who doesn't like man. You know how I get down, Mark.
Get on with it, man.
Because even some of our own don't like ourselves. Other minorities, I've heard them, they don't like us, man. That's why I'm not friends with nobody like that, man.
Yeah, there's some weirdos out here, man. Most
No, my
definitely
style,
some.
oh, man.
Definitely some weirdos out here. But yeah, back to the football real quick. It's mad, you know, because even though I'm not no big football fan, I'm not no football fan at all, actually. But in regards to the football, yeah,
Yeah.
back in the day, England team never used to do as good as these lot are doing. I think the last 3 major tournaments, they've got to the quarters, they got to the finals, the semi-finals, and they're in the semi-finals again. So it ain't gonna be long till they win it, man. And to be honest, I want them to win it. The reason why I want them to win it, because when they win, the general public is happier. So if it takes them to go and win the World Cup and win the Euros, that's what we need to happen for the general public to be happy. But okay, let's get straight into this week's episode. It's on. Matter of fact, I got one more thing to say actually. There was a brother from Leeds, I hope you're watching this, who was very kind to put together an intro for Unfiltered. Brother, if you're listening to this, please, I've lost your details. Reach out. We definitely want to use that. There's just one tweak. Please holla on the email and we'll chop it up, man. Big up yourself, yeah? The email thing's crazy, man, so it's hard finding Batman and all of that. But big up yourself. This was a few months ago. So reach out if you are watching this or you come across it in the future. So, okay, let's get straight into this thing. So, let me lead it like this, Stephen. There's been a lot of conversations about Afrobeats versus reggae. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, Afrobeats versus reggae, there's a lot of division topics that are going on and things of that nature. Now, this platform, Express Truth, have personally had multiple conversations about the genre of Afrobeats versus reggae. Not no type of malicious intent, more from a standpoint of highlighting the key factors of how and why our African brothers and sisters are enjoying the level of success they are now enjoying with the popularity explosion of Afrobeats. We'll even go one further to say that me and Stephen have actually just come from Africa not too many months ago and was actually in the midst of the Afrobeats craze. So we kind of got a deeper understanding of what it means to the continent. Now, although we rate Afrobeats and all the rest of it, and we're very happy to see our African brothers and sisters finally getting the recognition they deserve. Because, come on, man, the continent is huge, and it's long time the continent should have been benefiting from some sort of musical explosion globally or something like that. Because at the end of the day, that's all of us come from there originally. You see what I'm saying? I know some men are saying they come, for the brothers that are saying they come from India and that's a separate conversation. But we're talking about the Africans who know they're African, the Jamaicans, who know they're African. That's what we're talking about. However, yeah, when it comes to reggae, we have to understand that reggae is the blueprint for all of this. It's the blueprint for all of this. Even though the African Americans right now are trying to discredit reggae's influence on rap, it is evident for all to see that reggae / dancehall / the island of Jamaica is the origin of all of this that you see going on.
Thanks.
So with that being said, Stephen, when participants that have been touring this globe way before Burna Boy was a household name, that have been doing shows way before any of these internet podcasts and all of this, Steel Pulse, yeah, the legendary reggae group, Steel Pulse, who are coming from where? Birmingham. Now, let me give you a little bit of history about Steel Pulse. This is a band, yeah, that have been touring since I was knee high. I remember standing up in Hatman, you know, in our staff room. We used to have a poster of Steel Pulse. Now, my dad, he can clarify this, but somewhere along the line, he said that somebody affiliated with the band was a family member to us. But Steel Pulse have always been recognized as Birmingham legends, man. I've met a couple of the guys a few times. One of them's got a son. Big up the brother, man. I forgot his name, but he's American, and he used to tour with them. I know he was living in Handsworth at one point, but at one point I used to see him all the time. He was always in America, going to Asia, this place, that place. And it was amazing, Stephen, just seeing them doing their thing like this. So when our admin posted this story the other day, I was very, very upset, Stephen. I didn't rate it at all because, first of all, I'm a fan of everything that comes from Brum. So any man who comes from Brum, who's flying the flag, no matter what it may be, you came from Brum. So we've got respect just for that. Even if we don't see eye to eye, you came from Brum and you're flying the flag for Brum. These men are not only flying the flag for Brum, they're flying the flag for reggae. So I seen this article, Stephen, and I was like, damn, these men got disrespected. So let's go straight into this thing. So, Burna Boy demands cause disrespect to legendary reggae band Steel Pulse at Summerjam Festival. The legendary Birmingham reggae band Steel Pulse were allegedly disrespected at one of the longest running reggae festivals, Summerjam, due to the demands of Afrobeats act Burna Boy. Big up the admin people. If you are not already, you see the Instagram, you see what's going on, follow the Instagram at Express Truth Show.
It's very active.
Very. So this is what was said. David Electric, big up yourself. This is a guitar player for Steel Pulse. Now David Electric left this comment and he said, Burna Boy and security crew fully disrespected us, trying to kick us out of our dressing room so we could have 4 dressing rooms for his massive entourage. Sulin Brown, original member of Steel Pulse, was livid, and our team stood our ground and told them to beat it. You can't do that to people, especially to a band that has paved the way for reggae music. Summerjam Festival, why do you have a full security team that think that they can come in and bully people? Who the hell does Burna Boy think he is? And because of us refusing to leave, the security team proceeded to build a barricade of a blacked out chain linked fence that split the hallway, between our dressing room and his dressing room, making it feel like we were in prison or something. I hope that these legendary reggae festivals realize that this can't be a part of reggae culture. That's Babylon business. We don't treat people like that. Please recognize please recognize this, because Steel Pulse was fully disrespected. Reggae promotes peace, love, unity. Stand up for your rights. We must never give up the fight. That's the message there, Steve. And what are you saying, man? What are you saying for our comment?
I am saying, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to hear that the veterans were disrespected. Because, like I said, it's funny that I said it at the start of the show. No one likes us, man. Even within our own, like we don't look at ourselves as one. Do you know what I mean? We'll be like, oh, we're Jamaican. Oh, we're Nigerian. Oh, we're Kenyan. We're Ethiopian. It's never. I feel like, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, I feel like it's never until there's a case of quote unquote disrespect that our differences or geographical locations, at least, are put to the side. And it's like, no, oh, we were disrespected by so and so. No, we're one people and all of this. So, and then if you look in the angle, because of course we're coming from the Caribbean via Jamaica. If you look at the whole, and I know we don't really take for it, but if you look at the whole slogan, like out of many, one people, like, you see where that gets you? Because we want to go around and quote that and preach that, but it's nothing but disrespect everywhere. Even in the country where you come from, you got the Chinese over there. I see videos all the time violating. They're in Africa violating. Then we're violating each other. Am I surprised to hear that Burna Boy wanted 1 million gonzillion dressing rooms? No, Because at that level of success, I can only assume that your ego is ridiculous, and your security, your entourage, your crew, even down to the staff that work for you, you're going to be surrounded by yes men. Who's really going to be in a position there to challenge you? Because 9 times out of 10, Mark, we've been around these kind of people. Anyone who is real, who would challenge you, is quickly gotten rid of and replaced by another yes man.
This is true.
This kind of thing, it should have never happened to Steel Pulse or anyone else. It shouldn't happen, and no one should be disrespected, but no one, especially people who have come before you and laid foundation in this thing. They walk so you could run.
Facts.
And we've said it time and time again. Many roots down to rap, hip hop, even down to offshoots of Afrobeats and all the rest of it. A lot of it comes from Yard. Like, a lot of it was inspiration, or elements of it are within it. You may not want to admit it because it's blown up and become its own entity, but you got to remember where you come from, man.
Facts. I'd even go further to say that Burna, if you check it, Burna is in Yard quite regularly. And he's in Yard, you know why? Because it doesn't matter how far Afrobeats has come. And I'm not taking back no talk. And I'm not a kumbaya kind of brother. I'm a man who talks it real. It doesn't matter how far Afrobeats gets. Yeah? You gotta go to Jamaica to pick up that sauce. Simple. That sauce. You see that swag Burna's got? That's a Yard swag. Simple. You see that swag? That's a Yard swag. Go back to Mr. Lex in the early 2000s. Look at his dress sense. Go back to Mr. Lex in them days. Jal, you better can cook. That artist. Pitting our hold man again. That artist. Look at his swagger in the early 2000s with that kind of style. That's Burna's sauce. Now what I'm saying is, when Burna sees big legends like Steel Pulse, you see the diva-ish, I'm a pop star business. Let go of that. If anything, you go over to them icons and you say, you know what? I respect you, man, because here what? If it wasn't for you, like, I wouldn't be here right now doing my thing. And if Burna doesn't know that, he needs to educate himself. Because I was
just going to say, he probably don't even know.
That's crazy. And if he don't know that, he needs to educate himself. Because I'm pretty sure me and Burna's around the same age. But if you're a full-time musician, me who's never sung a note, who knows who these legends are, man. And these man must have studied reggae. Because, look now, even this summer, I keep telling these brothers, you know, what was it last summer? The guy from St. Kitts, Burna's all up on his tune. It didn't need to remix. This year, you see the little Marley grandson, he's got his little shine, let his tune breathe. Now he's all over the tune, performing the tune. But you can't respect those who have influenced those that you respect. Nah, man, Express Truth deal with a zero tolerance approach. And that goes for any nation who are disrespecting the elders who have laid the path. Simple as that. Now, we love Afrobeats as much as the next man. I want to see it get to the moon and back. But when it comes to respect, you show these men respect. You see them shake their hand. I'm not saying you have to beg them for no picture or nothing, but the work they put in, they put that work in. So mans like you are now benefiting. These guys have been doing this for years, like I said, since I was knee-high. These men have been putting in work consistently. There's a lot of little artists, like I'm saying little, you know. What I mean is there's a lot of artists that are doing their thing and have been doing their thing for decades, especially reggae artists. Those guys deserve respect. They deserve honor. And they deserve manners at least. For them to have to write that publicly, for us to even have to speak about this, nah, man, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And Burna Boy, like I said, keep all that hip-hop diva behavior to the African Americans. We don't disrespect the icons who laid the path for you to walk down. Stephen, what are you saying?
Mark, I just want to say before we glaze over like a Krispy Kreme, it's not just located solely to music though, because it's like that in everything. No one ever remembers what came before them or what was first. Like even if you look at like we're talking Birmingham, yeah, because Steel Pulse is bro. Even if you look at us within the podcasting thing, like we don't get no respect like we should. Or no, you know what, let me rephrase that. Or even like, oh, you know what, you guys started doing this and I've come and done this and you know what I'm trying to say. But it's not like I'm saying like, oh, I need my respect or anything. But I'm just saying, my point being is it's not just music market. It's just life. People just don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if
You
it's not,
invented
don't
bread last
disrespect
week,
them then.
Mark.
At the very least.
You invented bread last week. Then I come along and slice it. Then I'm the inventor of sliced bread. Me not just slice where you already invent.
Yeah.
If you didn't invent it, would I think to slice anything?
You see what I mean?
That's just how people
Educate
it's human
yourself.
nature. It's
They
human
gotta
nature.
educate
Human nature.
themselves on the music.
It's
That's
human
it.
nature. They should. You would think so. You study the greats of the past, but music's so easy to make and produce and just throw out there. No one cares anymore, man. And
It's crazy. And what's Marley's grandson? Is it YG Marley?
YG Marley,
So
yeah. Lauren Hill's
YG
his
Marley
mom.
right now, that tune's
And,
massive.
I believe it's Rohan Marley's his dad.
Yeah, so that's Rowan and Lauren Hill's son, YG Marley. Let the brother have his moment, man.
Yeah, watch the video. She's all in the
Burna's
video, man.
coming in. It's starting to move like an African Drake, you know.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Like, let the brother have his moment. And what I'm saying, if you are going to do that, understand that YG Marley would never disrespect them icons. And right now, he's got the #1 tune in reggae right now. Right now.
I haven't heard this remix, and I don't particularly want to.
He's performing it still. Like, he's performing it at his shows and stuff.
It doesn't need remixing. You know why I'm saying I don't particularly want to? Because I mess with that YG Marley version heavy.
Yeah. The YG Marley is big still. I got it on the rotation.
Because of the poor remix to the you know, bad fan, which that remix was awful. So I don't really want to hear, man, on no more remixes. I'll just keep it real.
Wasn't needed. It
wasn't needed and it wasn't good.
Yeah, it definitely weren't good, but well, it was this because even with Byron Missia, he had that clout at the time. And when I know a lot of people wanted to kind of jump on that hype, but he should have just kept that for himself. See what I mean?
Mark, you're funny though. It's funny you say that. Even at the time of the remix, that clout was gone. The tune was kind of cold by the time. That's why I was shocked by the remix, and I feel like a lot of other people were, because the tune was cold. You should have because we even spoke about it on one of the shows, and we said, "Yo, you should have remixed something else," because that tune had already done its rotation now. Because the remix didn't do nothing.
He had started to push a new single when Burna got on the remix, so that song was bubbling. It was hot. It was the hottest thing at the time. And then the song started to go cold, and he released another song. It was called 90s. You remember that song? 90s.
Yeah, that tune was okay, but it just didn't do nothing.
It was decent, but that's where Burna should have came in, because what you have to remember, and people are starting to finally see it now with Drake. Drake will go to different parts of the world, and whatever's popping, he'll align himself with
whatever's popping, whoever's popping.
Yeah. He's done it in the UK. He's done it in France. He's done it in different states in America. He's done it in Jamaica. He's done it in Canada. In his own place, he's done it. And now with that Kendrick thing, people are starting to see, you just link up with guys and take the energy from them.
Yeah, because Kendrick broke it down. You money future when you never saw the club. 21, help you get your lingo up. Yeah, he broke it down. And that was kind of a twofold attack, I believe. Because I feel like he did it, A, to expose him, Mark, and then B, it's so like, during their war, he couldn't go and get any one of them. Because it's like, you're going to go get mans I just name dropped that you said that you need for your tunes. You're just proving my point.
Exactly. And now people are seeing it, but that's what I'm saying with Burna. I know it's hard for these artists, because when the phone rings and you see Burna and you're probably thinking millions of fans, those fans don't necessarily cross over by him being on your song. So by him YG Marley don't need no one right now. Just off the fact of who his granddad is and who his mom is, my man can, and plus his talent, my man can bubble. He don't need no help. Byron Missia should have really been like, You can take the beat and do an unofficial thing, but by just these guys will jump on, get the clout from that song, get them spins in yard. Because remember that song would have been spinning in yard. It's spinning in the Jamaican parties and stuff, and that's like a cheat code. Even
Well,
though
Mark,
Burna's playing where, Stephen? He's playing in the Afrobeats section of the party.
Exactly.
Now, when the bashment comes on, his verse is coming on. What these artists need to stop doing is giving away their clout. Yeah, like that Byron Missy song, you was onto something there, and I think the follow up could have been bigger, but I haven't heard nothing about him. So I know he's probably still doing his thing, but he hasn't broke that mold again. And I would say a lot of these new artists need to look at that and be like, okay, cool. I'm not just going to align myself with you because you're popular. What are you saying, Stephen?
But no, I was just going to say, just same thing, same energy. I was just going to go back to Drake, though, because I use an example. You remember he had that tune with that Black Boy J?
Yes.
What's the 4, 9 to 5, What happened to my man? He went finished? Because the thing is, you feel like he's doing you a favor, but a man jumps on your tune, takes over the tune, his fans don't come up. Like Mark, call a spade a spade. It's not like they're not likely not to. They don't, because I've seen it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a part of human behavior or psychology. People don't seem to transcend. I've seen it within like people and things, meaning like I've seen someone who's really popular on the YouTube, has their core fan base and everything, yeah? And they'll be like, oh, yo, jump on the Instagram. There's behind the scenes and just more content, different content. And no one comes over. Like sometimes it's 10% of what they have on YouTube. And that's someone who has an audience. They have their fans, they have their community, they mess with them. And it's free to come over on the gram. It don't cost you nothing. And people don't do it. It's just strange. It's like people have to just find you organically as they don't want to do it. I don't know what it is.
It's true. It doesn't cross over. It don't cross over, and that's why, to me...
Let alone trying to take... Sorry to cut you, Mark. Let alone trying to take someone else's fan base who might not necessarily listen to you or your genre of music on their own. You know what I mean? It's a big ask.
Well, I mean, look, right now, you only have to look at what he's aligning himself with Sexy Red. Like, he's completely attaching himself to that movement because of the Shade Room post, and it's very clever what he does still, but it's going to be harder for him to do it now because people have kind of clocked what he does. Because even with the Sexy Red thing, all of that rich baby daddy, all that stuff, that's all to get the clout what she's got right now, because she's being pushed heavily right now. So the machine's behind Sexy Red right now. Like, you can't get away from it. Even if you don't listen to that kind of music, you can't get away from it. If you go on social media, you're seeing her 5-10 times.
Yeah, I see her.
Yeah.
I've never really, I think I've heard one song, Mark. Like, if I heard it and you said, oh, that's her, I'd be like, oh, okay, I've heard that in the background before. But I definitely see her more than I hear her, and I definitely don't follow her to be seeing her.
Exactly. So you got to remember, a man like Drake understands the way this works. So what he'll do is align himself like, yo, I'm gonna jump on a tune with her. Now, by him aligning himself with her, he's in those spaces that are pushing her heavy. Because as we can see, there's a heavy idea of Sexy Red being pushed heavily right now. So Drake knows, by me aligning myself, every time she's seen, I've attached myself to that. Just like in the UK when Jay Huss was hot, he attached himself to that. Remember when Jay Huss first come home? Brought him out on stage.
Yeah, what did that do? I was surprised.
Nothing. Even the song done nothing for Jay Huss. He was hot by himself.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. The best.
Same like with Gig, same like with Skepta.
Yeah, there you go.
He didn't do nothing to this is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place.
Nah, man, cool.
Man. But you know what? I guess it's harder to say in that position because you might be blindsided because those names I just dropped, Skepta, Gigs, J Huss, they're huge, they're big within their own right, but they might look and think, or the management or the A&R or the entourage might look and say, yo, that's Drizzy Drake, Ray, Six God and all of that. Yo, this will be massive. You know what I'm trying to say? And you may be blindsided by that versus, no, I'm a name as well. it's also going to be beneficial. And I guarantee that's part of his pitch. You know, when he approaches, especially if it's like an up and coming artist, but they got a big tune. I'll make you think blow. I'll make you go crazy. I'll sign you to OVO. I guarantee that's part of the pitch, Mark. I would put money on it.
No, it's true. It's true. But you know what's missing? You know what I see missing? Not only in music, but just in the entertainment world on a whole. There's not that stubbornness, or what's the correct word? There's not that belief, self-belief. So let me give you an example, like from a media standpoint. So, you know, I talk about boxing a lot on the stream and stuff like that as well. So,
of course,
that Ryan Garcia, he was going through some mental stuff, and he made some racial comments. So that was the biggest news in boxing last week. Now, when you go onto all the channels, the reporters, everybody went to a particular fight to hear what Floyd Mayweather had to say about these comments. Now, when they've asked him, they're like, yo, what do you think about these comments? And Floyd Mayweather's like, nah, I'm not commenting on that. I'm not commenting on that. And I'm like, if I was there, I'd have just got up and said, all right, cool, I'm gone then. Like, what is this obsession of wanting to be around a man who's not talking? If he can't talk about the things that you're asking him, then you don't need to be there. Like, you don't need to interview a puppet. Like, that's why you see why Express Truth's different from any platform. Because we ain't going to just have a man on here to say, we've got a man on here. If a man's on here and he can't talk, we'd rather not do it then.
I'd rather watch paint and dry, man.
Simple as that. If a man's going to come on here and give us the footballers interview after a game, go and do that on them funny money platforms then. Because when you're on here,
school goes.
It's all about the team, you know what I mean? It's all about the team. It's all about the team. It ain't about me. It's all about the team. You know, the lads, we train hard. You know, that kind of trained media. If you're doing that, then we're good. We don't need to talk. You see what I mean? We don't need to talk. So, okay, that's the end of that, man. That's the end of that.
Hi guys, we get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures. Whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man, let me know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.
Eritrean's Biniam Girmay became the first Black African rider to win a stage on the Tour de France when he prevailed in a reduced bunch sprint at the end of the third stage on Monday. Girmay, who was already the first Black African to win a Grand Tour stage at the 2022 Giro d'Italia, timed his effort to perfection to beat Colombian Fernando Garvinia and Belgian Arlo Delay, second and third, respectively. What are you saying, Stephen? Now, I believe that we included this because it needs to be highlighted, man. Now, I'm not a big biking
I've
fan
never watched
like
Tour
that.
de France in my life.
Never watched it. Matter of fact, it looks quite the opposite of something that I watch because it looks boring. But I know it's a big thing, and I know it requires serious fitness.
Of course.
So this brother here, pick up yourself, man. Changing the world, like Stephen says, one Thursday at a time. Was this even on a Thursday? It don't even matter. He's still changing the world one Thursday at a time. What are you saying, Stephen?
The reason I wanted this included, Mark, like you said, I'm not a Tour de France fan, neither are you. But what can't we do, man?
Big facts.
What can't we do? Huh? You see, as soon as they heat up that blood clot swimming pool, we're coming for that too. What can't we do? The only thing we're not doing is messing with animals, man. What we can do? Show me what we can do. as black people. Hate us all you want, man. We can do everything. I can do anything you can do. I can do anything you can do better. I can do anything better than you. That's what you don't
Oliver
like,
Twist,
man.
yeah?
That's what you don't like, man, yeah? Even remix your things better than you, man. Talented.
Yeah, man, it's a good look, man. Eritrea, that's a good look. Tour de France.
Yeah, we'll be there soon.
And ain't them bike rides like all 10 hours and all that kind of madness?
Yeah, it's some next level. Alright, I'll Google it now.
Because I've seen man drop and all that, you know, in them things, man. But
It's next level stuff,
I've
man.
always said, though, you see if the African countries get their training regiment right and all of that, they're coming for all the gold. Because think about it, if a school teacher can get up out of bed, go to the Olympics and come second and first in them long distance without no sports science, without no heavy dieting, without none of that, they'll just be like, oh, that's a school teacher. Man just literally just that fit. But as you know, Stephen, like
given, man.
that fitness is like, it's something that's just in the DNA. Because even when we was in Africa, them long walks and that sun, it's a different level of conditioning. It's a very different level of conditioning. So I expect to see more of this, like, you know what I mean? Like black people dominating in certain fields. Like, I'm surprised, man, ain't even in water polo, bowls. I'm surprised, man, ain't even doing all of that.
You know, when me say them eat up the pool with there.
Like water polo, that's a horse, I think.
But Mark, I heard we've got a couple of. Don't we have a couple of Jamaican swimmers? Or am I making that up? I think we do.
We could.
All right, the modern editions of the Tour de France consist of 21-day long stages over a 23 or 24-day period and cover approximately 3,500 kilometers, which is 2,200 miles in total. The race alternates between clockwise and counterclockwise circuits. 20 to 22 teams of 8 riders usually compete. That's mileage, G.
Yeah, that's heavy mileage.
That's nothing but lactic acid, you know.
Yeah, man, you gotta be fit. You gotta be fit to execute something like that. Because weren't this the one with wasn't it the Tour de France? Was it Armstrong, the guy's name was? Or one of them who took something and they took all his medals, but I think it was something Armstrong. And he was like some big time, he was winning races. It might have been a different name. Lance Armstrong, that's it. My man there, he was like a big biker. So even from them days, I remember watching a documentary about him.
He received a lifetime ban.
Yeah, that's the guy. Lifetime ban. That's the guy, man. So yeah, man, I'm glad we included that because stories like this definitely need to be publicized, because I would say a lot more fathers, you got to get on your King Richard, you got to get on your LeVar Ball type vibes with your children. Like, get on that, man, because you'll be shocked, man. Even my daughter, she won every race on sports day, even with the boys, won every race, Stephen.
So, one more time.
She won every race, even against the boys, every race. So I'm getting my King Richard on, man. I don't care. I'm getting my Bill Haney on. I'm getting my Joe Jackson on. Yeah, man. I'm getting it on. So, okay, let's keep it sports, man. And let's keep it sports. Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton left in tears during interview after emotional British GP win as he breaks historic record. Hamilton won an emotional 9th British Grand Prix ahead of Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton was left in tears on team radio and in his post-race interview after claiming his 9th British Grand Prix victory. The Mercedes driver finished 2 seconds ahead of Max at Silverstone, with fellow Brit Lance Norris in third. Hamilton started behind teammate and pole sitter George Russell, but Russell slipped back and then was forced to retire due to issues with his water system. Yeah, man. Big up Lewis Hamilton. Big up Lewis Hamilton. And just before you come in, Stephen, I watched is it called Race? The guy who plays for the Australian guy,
Chris
Hemsworth, he made a movie called Race. It's on Netflix, I believe, at the time of recording this. And it's about a British F1 rivalry that I think happened back in the 60s or 70s. Now, this was an Englishman who he was playing, and the guy who was playing the other opposition was some German or Belgian or something like that. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing up this movie is because outside of PlayStation games, yeah, this is the most in-depth look at F1 I've ever had. The fact Lewis Hamilton is competing at the highest level in that sport
and dominating
is crazy, and says enough. It's crazy. So I'm happy to see him win. I know he's had a lot of fight, and he's still doing his thing, man. And it's a very dangerous sport as well. It ain't no joke. I'm not going to come on here and that.
Reflexes have to be on 1,000.
Very much
anyone
so.
Anyone who says, yo, I'm a driver, you know, try jumping one of them sin things.
200 miles an hour.
See how well you cope.
200 miles an hour. Even in that film I'm talking about, Race, there was a crash, Steve, and yo, the man was
one of the
trapped in
geezers, it burns up his face, innit?
Yeah, man, he's stuck in the car, man. And the car's on fire. Yo, it's a different... And that was based on them racing around water. That's no joke, that sport. No joke for any competitors that step into that squared car or whatever. I don't even know what the saying is. For any man that could in boxing, you know, step in that squared circle. But for anyone who steps in that car, mad. Never mind to dominate at the highest level.
Oh, Mark, you know another part we can't overlook and you can't forget in the story of Lewis Hamilton's success. You can't neglect, man, the power of a father, man.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. The power of a father. Wasn't it you that was telling me the other day, Stephen, that the dad sacrificed a lot to get him to this point?
Yeah, I think he had to work like 3 jobs or something.
Dedication.
People don't know because people don't really go into it. But it's because people always think of like golf and tennis, but F1's an expensive sport as well to get into.
Yeah,
and you
man.
don't just get into F1. Like I think there's like, isn't there like F4, F3,
A1?
F2?
There's A1. There's a lot of different stages.
Yeah,
and you have to get funding. So you know when you're in like A1 and the earlier ones, you need funding from teams and stuff like that. So it's not an easy sport to navigate. So when it comes to Lewis Hamilton, man, we here at the Express Truth are behind the brother 1,000% and are happy to see him getting back to the top of the sport, because I know he had a rough time. Was it last season or was it the season before? They said he came up short just a piece.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently they were. I think they were messing with him. They were messing with him. So I heard.
I remember because I'm pretty sure around that time we covered it, innit?
Yeah, they weren't doing right by him, man.
Yeah, man. So that ain't no joke. So okay, Stephen, let's go into the fourth and final topic. So we're gonna take it back to the 4th of July. Now, people, the general election was more than needed. We all see what's been going on in the UK for not only the past few years, but beyond that as well.
Over a decade, Mark.
And like I said on the Saturday stream crew, big up yourself. The UK has spoken. Labour won by landslide.
Nationally and in most areas as well.
Most definitely. It's way more. Look at this. I think they said over 300 new MPs were sworn in.
Yes.
Crazy. Now, the reason for that, I'll just give my opinion. I believe the UK public, they're tired. They're tired, man. And they want better. And like I said on the stream, I believe this is way bigger than race. This is about government and normal people. People are fed up, Stephen, with the policies and things like that. So it's way too early to really have any kind of change right now. But I do believe that...
Give him some time, but Kia's not playing now because he scrapped Rwanda. So they're saying that's 130 million that England have lost on that, but that was a loss anyway. It was a waste of money from that plan was introduced. So hopefully it can benefit Rwanda though. Hopefully it don't just go in the back pockets of some donuts. You know what I mean? Hopefully the money can go to places where it's needed in the country.
I was seeing Kia was in a gym. You seen that video, Stephen?
No, what, working out or just in the gym?
He was just in the gym in a changing room, and some boys just came up to him and were talking to him about Gaza and that, and Palestine, and they were talking about Palestine and stuff. And I was like,
saying what? Just like, oh, you should.
They were saying, yo, what do you think? What's gonna happen? Like, what you gonna do? How can you help? And I think he was saying he wants a ceasefire and all of that, but I was like, damn, man can get that close to him. Like, that's crazy.
Say again, sorry.
I was like, them man can get that close to him. Like, literally, he was by himself.
Yeah, if he's in a change room or something, probably. He might have just been training on it, so he might not have the James Bonds with him.
I thought that as a 27 365 thing, you know. Moving forward.
I think it is, but there might have been like outside, you know what I mean? And they may have just been in the gym as well, and then they've gone in and spoken to him. Yeah, England, that all that needs to stop, man. But I don't know with that. I don't know, and when I say that, I don't know if it's really a political party per se who can really do anything about that, because we all know England's better at starting wars than stopping them. And unless they're really gonna get down and get in the mud and stop sending this and stop sending that, then nothing's gonna stop. Because the problem is I don't want to get too deep on it. The problem is, like, as most people should know, a lot of big countries are supplying the F3 over there. Yeah. So even if one source stops, for argument's sake, you might have 3 other sources. So unless everyone globally says, all right, this is wrong, we knew it was wrong, let's stop it all now. Innocent lives are being lost, slaughters going on, XYZ, then, you know what I mean? But it needs to stop sooner rather than later, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And let's see. Like we said, it's been was it you? I'm sure it was you that said this, that it could even take 2 terms to kind of make a change.
Yeah, realistically, they'd have 10 years, but they should be able to get some things cracking in the 5, though. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, man, 100%. Something most can go on in there.
Well, like I said, you see, if you didn't vote, you're democratic, right? But don't moan about anything. If you didn't vote for anyone, don't moan about anything. I don't want to hear it, man. Yeah? So even if you're on the bus, you're at work, you're talking to a friend on the phone, don't make me hear you moan, because you might turn around to a punch in the face. That's all I'm going to say.
Nah, it's true, though. It's true. It's mad.
If anyone tries to come to me and says, them man ain't doing nothing, you know, blood. I said, mad thing, big man. Did you vote? No, man don't vote in the Babylon thing. Socklo and Docklo, come out my face, then, man.
Now, I've heard that a couple of times still. I've heard man come and say, yo, burn out Babylon system, man, I ain't dealing with them things there, you know, you're mad.
So go back home, bro.
The first sign of any discrepancy or anything, yo, I need to chat to the MP, you know, because right now my council flat's leaking.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
Simple as that.
Oh, rascal.
You see what I'm saying? I'll tell man straight. I don't take back no type of talk. I voted, and I looked at everything. And I voted Labour as well. I ain't one of these geezers, because some people are twats, you know. Some people are like, I'm voting, but it's my personal business. Calm down, big man. Go on your chicken Kiev and relax. Yeah, fact.
I don't care who you voted for.
Nah, it's true. It's true. Man voted, and on top of that, what I'm saying is, man only have to look, you know, and check how well Reform did. That's all you have to do. Just go and look.
They stole all the Conservatives.
Yeah, I was watching them 5 MPs.
I predicted all of that. I said that I don't know. I need to look up the stats, you know, for the country, because I think I assume that did they come second overall? I know they came second in a lot of the areas that I knew they would.
Not overall, nah. They didn't come second overall, nah.
They did what I expected in Birmingham. You know, certain areas they came second, and I could tell from how many votes the Conservatives got, because a lot of the time it was first, second, third. So Labour, Reform, Conservatives. I can tell.
Matter of fact, Stephen, do you have that off the top of your head or no?
Go on, sorry.
Do you know what areas Reform came second in? Like, could you just name a few or nah? I know Reform came second in. Where was it, man?
What?
It came second in Erdington.
Yes, they did.
And they came second in another zone.
Did they come second in Northfield?
I wonder if they came first anyway, actually. But you know what it is with Reform?
Because Nigel Farage got in?
Yeah, definitely. Well, he's the leader, isn't it?
Yeah. But he's the leader, but just like Keir Starmer, he'd still have a constituency, Mark. You still have a constituency as the leader.
Oh, okay. So he's still got his... Well, they done well, but they had a lot of promo.
I'm not surprised, because I know from them ends, it's the coastal, because the youth who came third, he was 27, black Labour guy. Man got spat on all sorts in the street, man.
Serious?
And I don't think it was because he's Labour.
Yeah. Nah, man, they done well, but you gotta think they've been pushed heavy still, you know. They've got a lot of airtime. I would actually say Reform got more airtime than any of the other opposing parties outside of Labour and the Tories. Yeah. Like Reform, that Nigel Farage, his campaign was nuts. I seen him everywhere. My man was literally having ram holes all over the country.
Mark, you gotta remember that was pre-planned, man. Why do you think you saw him in the jungle and all of that as well? That was all airtime to get his face out there, man.
Yeah, because the man's come up.
Politics, they're not stupid, you know.
Yeah, 1,000%, not 1,000%. And I seen Dawn Butler was inside the parliament, and she took a selfie and said, Labour was showing their melanin or something like that.
And someone reported her to the police, apparently.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Why do you think that was, Mark? Do you think that's because people don't like Labour again?
No.
Okay.
No.
And people say that man's paranoid.
Big up the Peckham MP as well, man. That's big. Peckham, man. That sister there, that's big. I think it's her third. She's just got in, so yeah,
beautiful.
That you're talking about representation. Peckham in London. Check your MP. Big up your MP down there, man. For real. So I don't know what else to say. People, it's unfiltered.
Gang.
Unapologetic. Patreon crew, big up yourself. Like I said at the start of the show, people, Derby Carnival, the 21st
gang
of July. Folks, whether it's a day out with the missus, whether you want to take the children out, whether you want to go out with your mom, whatever it may be, you and your dad, whatever it may be, head down to Derby Carnival, man. It's going to be a very serious time. It's going to be a vibe. What are you saying, Stephen?
I'm saying, 21st of July, man, don't come out with your missus. Send her out by herself, innit? And when she sees me, she can be like, oh, Mum, we're big fans of the show, you know. I'll be like, yeah. I'm your number one fan. I'll be like, yeah. You show me how you don't know. Anyway.
Stephen, what you trying to get me to that? Yeah.
Yo, let me just cool it, G. What am I saying, Unfiltered, unbiased, and always unapologetic, man. Greatest show on earth, making Thursdays great again, never late again. Dynamic duo back in full effect. What are we saying? We're gone. Gone to November.
We're almost gone, but just before we go, people, it's real hot right now. And you're probably saying to yourself, yo, it's hot. Yeah, it is hot. So you know what that means? You have to stay hydrated. You don't want to get dehydrated. So you know what you need to do, people? famedrinks.co.uk. Head over there right now. I believe no orders too small. But head over there.
They're not.
No,
I just bought the other day, and we got it's true. And I ain't Mark. It's only because you need to check, man. I want to drop it back in the studio because we got the care packages. But man, grab 2 crates of Calypso as well, you know. Gonna throw them on ice and take those down, G, the next cheat day and that.
Yeah, man. So that's it, people. Head over to Fame Drinks. Tell them Express Truth sent you. And when he says, Express Truth, say, yeah, I was watching Unfiltered. And I had to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button before I came over and bought some drinks, man. So, people, that's it. It's the Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again. We out of here, people.
Gang, gang.
Asmiston Park, Derby, Chuck Fender, Living Fire, live in England. Ticket buy, we're ready to go. People, gear up. Sunday, July 21st, Chuck Fender, live in a Derby Carnival. I'm not saying no more. Just line up and come out for your experience. You will never ever go witness. The Living Fire, live in England. Derby Carnival. Get ready, Living Fire. Me just them good over evil. Me tell them say a life over death. I swear. Ticket buy, I'm ready for move. No, England, I'm coming. Derby.
Hi guys, we get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures. Whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well. This is for the man them, you know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.